my Sparkle family, and welcome to another Flow State Tarot video. It's been a while since I've had this spread out because I've been traveling so much. A lot of my videos have been impromptu or filmed outside or something like that, so I'm happy to be back in the home space. And when I've been thinking about what I want to do readings about, sometimes I'll just be really indecisive and I'm not sure because of course I want the people watching to enjoy, but I also want to enjoy doing the reading and feel like I'm channeling useful messages to anyone in the collective that might be here. But something on my mind recently as I've been doing my own healing has been, why did I meet this person? Like, what was the person of knowing this person? What was the connection? Why did I meet this person was the lesson. So that is what we're looking at today. I already pre-shuffled these piles, and I have two Polaroids to help us choose. We have pile 1 here with this kind of vinyl setup and selection, and then I have pile 2 with this really cool tapestry. And both of these were taken within the past month of my life, so the energy is present, although this is a timeless reading. So I guess that is kind of how it goes, right? In the spiritual space, things ebb and flow, but where the intention goes, the energy flows. So what's meant to you is going to find you, and I will see you in your pile. All right, pile 1, if this is you, we're going to put our picture up here in the corner, and we're going to go ahead and look at our fairy tarot cards first, and see what the journey is here. And then we'll pull our other cards. We have the True Love deck and we have the Self-Love Oracle cards. So we're just going to see what the relationship is here between all of them. And then also, I love to eat a sweet snack, and something else that may resonate with people is your group has a little pink starburst. So maybe that's your favorite flavor. Maybe you and this person liked this candy. Maybe you love it. Maybe you love pink. I don't know, something to resonate. I'm just munching on them, and I thought it'd be fun to add little symbols into my readings. So first we have the Prince of Summer. Romantic, captivating, dramatic, flirtatious. So this feels like it might have been a romantic connection of some degree, especially for it to call that out very specifically. It says, falling in love suddenly, being swept off your feet, the need to stay grounded during a very emotional experience. So it feels fun and youthful. It feels like you and this person were really easily in the moment together because of the things that you were doing. And even if it wasn't ever directly romantic or intended to be, that can also feel that way, right? Depending on where we are, what we're doing, how we're interacting. And we have the Four of Winter. Set aside your concerns for now. You can make a decision later. Solutions come from meditation, the need for more sleep or vacation. So it's interesting because it feels like the energy between you was very carefree and like you weren't worried about the future. And so it's possible that part of the lesson of knowing this person is maintaining that energy even if they're not in your life anymore. And to be fair, that they could still be in your life, right? The question is, why did I meet this person? So whatever that means to you and whatever feels right and resonates is going to be what is for you to take away from this, you know? So having this kind of youthful and moving and carefree kind of energy can be, I guess you could say, kind of jarring when everyday life isn't like that. It's kind of like going on vacation and removing yourself from the hustle and the bustle. There's a sense of ease and you're able to tap into that very easily being around this person. We also have the Magician showing up. You can do anything. Take charge of your life. You can manifest what you need to be a success. So, you know, alchemically, if that's a word, you have the opportunity to carry that energy all the time. Part of the lesson is learning that although you do have a lot of love and connection with this person, you yourself can be bringing this energy to your life. I found this recently, and I know it's like the most common of all kinds of feathers, but I thought she could also be fun to have around because this too, right, is a symbol of experience and life and life cycles, and that can also be stressful sometimes, the cycle of life. How then can we bring that energy when we feel like we need someone else, right? I leave space in my heart for me. So part of that is I'm chuckling because the tarot loves to riddle us, right? Where you'll say, well, what about this? And the counter is more like, well, what about that? And you say, well, how do I bring this feeling into my life by myself? And it's like, well, by leaving space in your heart for yourself. Maybe we've never even thought about that before. Like, maybe it hasn't occurred to us that it's kind of almost a betrayal to ourself to rely on an outside source to be able to feel the things that we want to feel. Wavy, hazy, or in full bloom, you can always reach who you are. It's always inside of you. So yeah, same energy. Like, you with this person, why did you meet? You met them because you know now this feeling. But because they were the first person to evoke this of you, you now attach that to them and feel like maybe it's inaccessible to do yourself. But that's not necessarily, not even necessarily, it's just not true, right? It is inside of us. It is accessible. Worthiness and chivalry. I love these cards, and I think they're pretty straightforward, but the guidebook is also so beautiful and in-depth, and it has some really meaningful writings. So I just like to read from it when I'm doing readings. So I'm just going to do that for you guys. So we have worthiness in here. Believing you deserve to be loved is a powerful state of mind and a way of being. And loving yourself, right? Both. You drew this card because if your angels and guides would like to encourage you to understand that you are the only one who can decide you are deserving. No one has this right, yet we give the power to other people. Right? So what were we talking about, right? Why would you hand that away, right? It's unlikely that every person you ever meet will like you and want what's best for you. It's possible to spend your entire life analyzing why certain people form opinions that they do. It's also possible to spend your life trying to please them and make them like you, although thinking that this will make you a better person. Consider now the choice you have before you and choose to accept you deserve love, happiness, support, companionship, and friendship. All those good things right now. Not because somebody else said so, but because you're responsible for the quality of your own life. So yeah, part of this lesson, taking into your own hands your experience. And then we have chivalry, which take note of the numbers too, if that means anything to you. 8, and we had 35, I believe. Yeah, 35. To be chivalrous is synonymous with having integrity and courage. A chivalrous person will face up to the challenges that life presents and protect the people they love. On a less heroic, more everyday note, they are a protector and provider and applies themselves to those roles in family, friendship, intimate relationships, and community. You take pride in the fact that you can be gallant without losing sense of self, appreciating and enjoying differences between masculine and feminine can help you to enjoy this way of being and be uplifted by the company of the luminous woman. By drawing this card, you are calling the energy of chivalry into your life. It's not just about going through the motions, it's about understanding the subtle interplay of masculine and feminine energies. So that can be part of it too, is recognizing that maybe some of those energies had never been shown to you or balanced before, and you experienced those with that person because they had a good balance of them. And so that was a good example for you. But you can also see other examples and expand those examples and attach meaning to more than just that person, right? You met this person to give you also almost a new way of thinking. Last but not least, I have a little surprise. We're going to pull a rune for you guys. My mother gifted me these, and I just think that they're so cool. So, last but not least, we're just going to pull one rune out of the bag and just see how to conclude our message. Maybe even looking forward, depending on what, obviously, the status of this person is in your life. Oh, sorry, everyone. So we have this one, which, mind you, I'm still learning, so sorry I do not know the name right off the top of my head. We're gonna find it though. Breakthrough. Yeah, how convenient too, right? Especially because we're talking about our inner world, our inner beliefs and belief systems. The cycle of initiation, a major shift or breakthrough process of self-change, a complete transformation in attitude. Because the timing is right, the outcome is assured. In each life, there comes at least one moment that, if recognized and seized, transforms the course of the life forever. Rely on radical trust, even though the moment may call for you to leap empty-handed into the void. With this rune, your warrior nature reveals itself. And the number is 22. So, that is it, my pile ones. If this resonated, leave a feather. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you in the future. Catch me also on lives on TikTok at Flow State Tarot on Tuesdays at 9. And here on YouTube on Thursdays at 9. And I'll see you soon. Hello, my pile number 2. Welcome on in. We are going to start your reading by moving our picture up over here. And we're going to look at the fairy tarot cards first and kind of get a groundwork for this connection and what it might be and mean, and then we'll get into the self-love and the true love oracle cards. Now, that being said, this can be any kind of connection. It's what it means to you. This is a timeless collective reading, so could be romance for some, friendship for others, family, whatever. But today we are looking at, why did you meet this person? It doesn't even matter how long you knew them for, when you met them, anything like that. Just, why did I know them? And as an extra little fun thing as I'm snacking here, just gonna throw in a little signifier. We got an orange starburst, so maybe that was special to you and this person, or maybe you guys like sweets, or maybe orange, or an S, any of those things. Just throwing in some fun little extras for little signs that, yes, this is for you. So we're going to start with the Princess of Spring. Optimistic, enthusiastic, creative, energetic. It's time to go after your dreams. Do something that expands your horizons. Let your creativity take flight. So this makes me think of a mentor, a guide, a teacher, a teacher, or a sponsor of some sort. This makes me think of a person that always inspires you to go after the things that you're good at and has shown up constantly for you in those ventures. And that's really cool because a lot of people don't have that. Just a little interjection. If you see my little feather, I was telling Pilw one that I got her recently at a festival I was at, and I kind of want to use her in readings because she's a good symbol of cycles and life and the cycle of life and experience, right? And I just think she's also a good pointer and a good vibe. So anyways, it's time to go after your dreams. So this person shows up. They could wear red a lot. They could have red hair. They could be into fairies. They could feel very whimsical and youthful. They could maybe hang out with you at the swings. This could have been really giving like teacher vibes. Someone that helped lead you and guide you through something you are invested in your life. We have this followed by the Ace of Autumn. A windfall of money, advice, or assistance from others, a very successful project, a happy change in your career. So this again makes me think of a teacher or a mentor or some kind of support through career or craft. Because, being successful in something and finding this abundance after being pushed to do something that you may not have done without this outside support, it's like teamwork almost, right? You trusted this person enough to listen to their advice to you, because we don't have to take people's advice, right? You can ask for it, you can get it whether you ask for it or not, but you make the choice at the end of the day. So you chose because you trusted this person. They made an impact on you to do this thing. They said like, hey, you should do this, right? And you did. And notice there's little peaks of red in this card, like they're still with you, and then the Eight of Summer, the desire for a more meaningful life, realizing it's time to move on, choosing to make major life changes. So this even plays into this more like changing your career or even moving on from school or that mentorship or, that person moving on and you realizing that, you don't need them to complete your dreams or to push yourself to do the things that you believe in. And they've served the purpose in your life, right? There's periods of our life, right, where we complete a degree or this person's retiring or they move or you move because you get a better job. So you met this person to be that catalyst, and it's not because you move or they retire that you aren't still connected. Soft and tender, always surrender to love. Yeah, so you have a lot of love for this person. You have a lot of respect for them. And by loving and trusting them, you are able to invest in yourself, and that's a win. That's a really important connection. This could also be a call to reach out to this person if you haven't spoken in a while because of these circumstances. Bring the energy you desire to the room. Yeah, so maybe even initiating a phone call and just, showing up to them and saying, hey, thank you for this experience. Maybe even telling them, like, you had this impact on me. It doesn't even have to be a big thing or a grand gesture, but just sometimes we all have those human moments, right, of not believing in ourselves or not thinking that we are worth the things in our life that we've accomplished. And especially for a teacher or a mentor, it means a lot to hear from someone that they impacted them, especially in a positive way. So that could be something that you do. It could even be like writing a letter of love and respect and just telling them, hey, you did this for me. And you may not know that, but it was really important in my life. And I'm very appreciative of it. There's a lot of, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, friends. Keep knocking into this tripod. Forgiveness and the divine masculine. So yeah, there is an element of maybe there was some anxiety and stress around needing to move on from this part in life, right? We have forgiveness, number 14. When you forgive yourself and others, you create more space for light and love in your life. The quickest and simplest way to reconnect with your greater sense of personal worth and let more love into your life is to forgive yourself completely. You don't even have to know what you're forgiving yourself for. The universe understands the feeling guilty about a whole array of things has been an ongoing part of our lives, and for now, they say, it's time to let that go. The thing about guilt is you can carry it without realizing it. It's often trivial or about forgotten events. Repeat the mantra below, and the vibration of these words will flow through you. I forgive myself. I forgive myself. I forgive myself. I am forgiven. So I encourage you guys to do that, because maybe it was just a lot, right? To be pushed by this person in a positive way, and then to at some point lose them. It could have felt really dramatic at the moment, even though you weren't losing them. They were just graduated to another kind of part of your life. And then with the divine masculine, we have number 12. When harnessed in a healthy way, the divine masculine creates structure for the benefit of all he touches. The divine masculine emerges in a direct response to the presence of the divine feminine. I'm speaking so fast in some of these readings, and that could be something too. Maybe things move so quickly it was hard to come to terms with the fact that maybe you got a really good job offer and you had to move quickly, and it felt disorienting to not have such a strong support system around you. The divine masculine is always present, but needs the positive space created and held by the feminine in order to grow and develop. This energy is characterized by protecting what is valuable, being attentive, helpful, and able to make decisions. Displays leadership qualities, a sense of accomplishment, and sets goals. Building and creating for the good of all rather than individual gain. You've drawn this card today because your masculine energy needs to create or achieve something to bring a project through to its fulfilling conclusion for the good of all, and to let the go of the idea. So not even in the sense that like we're letting go of the idea, but letting go of this project or this feeling or this resentment that we've been holding on to for so long. And it's been blocking the love that we want from this connection. As a surprise final thing for you guys, I'm going to pull a rune. This is new. My mom gifted me these, and I'm still learning, so I don't know them by heart. But I thought it could be a good kind of conclusion to what we're looking at here. So let's find out what this is all about. Hopefully I put that in the right direction. I did. We have separation. Yeah, this event just really was bothersome to one of the parties. The separation, physical or whatever, was a lot. Old skins must be shed. Peeling away is called for. So this could also mean right now. Like you were meant to be this person, but maybe it means right now you need space. The appropriate action here is retreat, knowing when to retreat, and possessing the firmness of will to carry it out. So I think, being a collective reading, this is up to each person to decide, but it could either be healing from the separation so that you can be unified, or initiating this separation because it's time for you to flourish on your own. It's time for you to have the ability to make your own path and feel successful without this attachment, because it's a mental thing for you. So, pile number 2. Leave a prayer hand emoji down there if you made it to the end. I want to let you guys know that I'm going live now every single week on Tuesdays on TikTok at Flow State Tarot. and on Thursdays over here on YouTube at 9 p.m. on both places, New York, USA time. And yeah, subscribe, like, share with your friends, and let me know how this resonated. And if you have an idea for a video topic, let me know. I would love to hear from you guys. All right, see you soon.